sometimes life is just so beautiful. There are no words in the English language that would be able to do it justice. Instead, at least for me, when I'm up here at Keuka Lake, all I really want to do is just smile and be satisfied. That's really about it. But if you couldn't tell, there is a reason why I had the starting image of this video on that flag, because it is Memorial Day, where we take time to remember those who, are veterans or who are currently in war right now. We take time to remember them. And as long as I'm here, USA, USA, USA. Okay, that's enough of that. But yes, this has been a very beautiful weekend. A little bit later than I would have probably preferred, but it doesn't bother me. I guess I could just simply jump right into my low, my high, my act of kindness, because I actually do have a low. I kept saying yesterday how the number one goal was to get my father's boat up here. And it turns out as soon as my father left the marina to drive back here with the boat, the engine started overheating. So he had to get, towed back by someone, and I had to go pick him up. So for now, no boat. Nothing. But everything else, we got done. Like those pink chairs, that green table behind me. If I turn around right here, all this dock furniture, like that's all ours. We were able to take care of that. That was easy. Funny enough, the wicker furniture that you see back there was already outside. So my father and I actually had a pretty light workload to do, and it was fun. So we got up here, tried taking care of the boat, couldn't do that, so we hung out for a little while, and then we went out to dinner to the Village Tavern, which, as some of you guys already know, it is one of 13 places on Keuka Lake that I swear by if I'm looking for a good bite to eat. And Village Tavern was awesome. I don't really think I've talked about Village Tavern in great detail as to normally what I get, but basically for me, I always felt like Village Tavern had like the best like hors d'oeuvres and appetizers with like European style fare. And that's what I think Village Tavern excels best at least up here. I mean, literally all 13 places specialize in something that I'm looking for, and that's what Village Tavern does, and it was great. Oh, right. I should probably tell you my high act of kindness was, just being up here and helping out my dad take care of everything. And I did have to, drive him back home in his truck after, the boat incident. But other than that, like, that was my day. Good morning. Happy Memorial Day, everyone. It is a wonderful day outside. It was wonderful yesterday. It was really hot yesterday, too. Like, hot, but, like, not... Well, it would have been horrible if, like, you weren't, like, properly hydrated or whatever. I should at least explain that part. You probably noticed when the video started, my uncle got a new temporary dock in for his boat over there. But, it looks nice. And the people who put the dock in were kind enough to put our jet ski lift in too. So that was really nice. Don't gotta worry about that for anything. So anyway, my father and I go to the Village Tavern last night for dinner. Well, first we wanted to get some groceries. Nothing really. Well, I say groceries. All we really got was like a couple 5-gallon jugs of water, some chips, and some candy. Yeah, come on, we don't really have much to do up here. probably just going to hang out for a little while longer and then head back home, because we're probably going to go see my nephews before they have their nap at around noon. So this may be the only time I'm up here for this weekend, but that's okay. It's I just lost my train of thought. But I'm up here at all, and that's important. Plus, I'm with my dad. That is also very important. That is really cool. And anyway, in terms of last night for dinner. So we get to the Village Tavern, and I never really did explain this, but the hostess there knows my family and I really, really well. And needless to say, she was super nice, as she always is. And the food was, prepared and served by a wonderful, friendly, and hardworking staff, as per usual as well. So yeah, Village Tavern, I swear by going, and I highly recommend it. In case you're wondering what we got, my father got their tavern barbecue burger with sweet potato fries. And my father likes to have his sweet potato fries with honey, so he had that. He also had their famous clam chowder soup. He really liked that. For me, I always get their French onion, though. Maybe I'll probably get clam chowder next time. I don't know. But I got their French onion soup. It was wonderful. They gave us this wonderful bread that was like really sweet and savory at the same time with some butter. Oh, it was amazing. And for my entree, I got because normally I would get their prime rib because their prime rib is phenomenal. Actually, lots of places up here have fantastic prime rib, and it's all phenomenal. But last night, the prime rib wasn't the special, but that's okay. Well, the special was like this steamed mussels and clams pasta dish with like Katamata olives and sun-dried tomatoes. I almost got that, but I'm not really the biggest fan of olives. I won't say I hate olives. I mean, I'll have them if they're there, but I just think there's things that are better. And I have ordered other things at the Village Tavern before, so I just did what I did last time this happened, and I got their chicken parm. It was very good chicken parm. The pasta was cooked to a perfect al dente. The chicken was obviously cooked all the way through to, it was a moist, juicy chicken breast, and it was nice and cheesy and saucy, and it was delicious. Highly recommend you go to the Village Tavern if you're up in Hammondsport. Don't worry, there's 12 other places up at Keuka Lake I recommend too. Finally thought to myself, you know what? I should probably take a photo of like what's going on and post that on social media. And I finally was able to do that last night. But the problem is, actually there really wasn't any problem. I don't know why. I just sort of procrastinated doing it, I guess. But I told myself I was going to be open to doing more photos of stuff like that this year. And so that's why that I did you've seen the places I've already been to so far, like Libs and Elbow Room or Storages. But I want to do the ones for Keuka Lake as well. It seemed like it was an important thing to do, and I'm glad I really did that. So yeah, here's the thing. I would have gotten a picture of my dad's food too, but I didn't really think that was a good idea. That's why I only take pictures of my food, because show you what I personally get, and it was all very, very good. Although having come up here for Keuka Lake as long as I have been, I can already tell you that there are a few things that I swear by that I wind up always getting. So if I take photos of anything, it's probably going to be something along the lines of the same thing I usually get. I'll try and mix things up a little bit though. That should be good. Let's see what else. After dinner, we just hung back out here for a little while. It was very nice. Watched a little bit of TV. My dad likes to watch the show Band of Brothers on History Channel. It's okay. I like World War II stuff as well, but I don't really need to watch that stuff because I already know what happens. we won. That's the important thing. We totally won. It was do I really need to mention that at this point? Around 10 o'clock, I decided to head up to the Swits for a little bit. Not long. I was only there for about, an hour. Listened to some good music. Did a little bit of dancing. Had a little fun. Saw lots of people. It was great being up at the Swits again, which is another one of those 13 places I have to show off and take a photo of and put on social media at some point. I'll probably get to that eventually. But, I always try and see if I can get all 13 places in the span of one summer. And we're lucky if we ever get halfway through. Maybe this year will be different. I don't know. But if nothing else, at least I got Village Tavern in. And I know for a fact at least we'll be able to get to the Swits as well. So that'll be pretty good. The rest I'll just have to sort of, play by ear. But while I was at the Swits, I watched some of the Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat. And as you can imagine, it was a nail-biter of a game. Boston had the lead pretty much the entire game. But there were times where the Heat were coming back. Jimmy Butler was easily the best player on the court that night. No doubt about it. I think he got 33 points or something like that, and 11 of 18 field goals or whatever that is. I have no idea what constitutes a field goal in basketball. I'm very sorry. But so I watched about the rest of the third quarter at the Swits, and by that time, I'm I'll just head home. Maybe I'll finish watching the game with Dad. And I get home, my father's actually watching the game too. And it was a great Game 7. Although, this is one thing I'm totally mad at my father about. Because, for whatever reason, he wants to change the channel to watch what he's watching. And we wound up missing the final seconds of the game. So, I think the final score was 100-96. Fairly close. That's a close game. And it was a good game, too. So, needless to say, congratulations to the Boston Celtics for making it to the NBA Finals. You guys worked hard to get there. You deserve all the credit and recognition you deserve. And so now, our NBA Finals are established. For the Eastern Conference, they will be represented by the Boston Celtics, and the Western Conference will be represented by the Golden State Warriors. Considering that there hasn't been a game yet, I'm kind of up in the air. It would be a little too early for me to just pick out who I think is going to win right off the bat. But considering where both teams are going and what order they're going, because how it works is 2 home games for one team, 2 home games for another team, and then 2 home games for that first team, and then if there is a Game 7, there's 1 more home game for the other team, if that makes sense. So I think Game 7 would theoretically be at Golden State, so you're going to have 2 home games at Boston, then 2 home games for Golden State, 2 more home games for Boston, and if there is a Game 7, it's going to be at Golden State. That's how I think it works. That should be the order. Because I heard Game 7 would be at Golden State. So if I did the order correctly, that's the order of the games. Now, keep in mind, I won't say I'm a huge NBA fan, but I pay attention to some things. Because the NBA is fun to watch. It just is. So it's a little bit early for me to really say, because I pay attention to, here's the thing, when it comes to watching the NBA, it's not so much the actual teams, but the superstars on said teams. For the Miami Heat, you have Jimmy Butler. For the Philadelphia 76ers, you have, Joel Embiid. For the Celtics, you have, Jason Tatum. You know, for the Lakers, you obviously have, you know, LeBron James and Anthony Davis. For Golden State, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. You know, the Bucks, Giannis, Holiday, and Powell, I think. So, yeah, superstars are the easiest thing to pay attention to. And based on what I've seen and what I know, if I was to pick who's going to win the NBA Finals right now, and keep in mind, this is going to all 7 games, I would have to say Golden State in 7. That's my very too early prediction for these NBA Finals. Because again, if there are 7 games, the final game is going to be at Golden State. Whoever's at home is going to win it. At least that's how I feel is going to be the outcome. Although, I also want to say, last night they did something really cool, and now they have like an Eastern Conference Finals MVP called the Larry Bird Award, and so they gave it to Jason Tatum. So congratulations to Jason Tatum for winning that award. And here's the thing: I'm not necessarily a basketball fan. I don't really have a horse in this race, but I think it's about time Steph Curry and Klay Thompson were able to do it without KD. At least that's what I feel is my reasoning why. But who knows? I could be wrong. But one thing I'm not wrong about is that's Memorial Day. It's an awesome day. And I hope you all have a wonderful day as well. So I hope you like this video. You know, you're definitely going to be seeing a lot more images like this up at Keuka Lake. I'm excited to be up here. I can't wait to do this some more. I'm very humbled to make this video for all of you guys who are watching Joro today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Memorial Day. You know, take time to remember our veterans. In fact, that's actually one thing that my father and I did. We visited my late grandfather's grave at Bath National Cemetery. You know, put some flowers on there. It was a somber time, and we did the Chapel of Divine Mercy for him, but it was good. It needed to happen, and I'm glad we did it. So, you know, if you have an opportunity to if you have a veteran who happens to have passed away, you know, take time to remember them. And remember, if you guys want to talk with Chambers, we'll be here to lend you know back. Take care and make good choices. And one last time, yeah, it feels great to be back up here. So happy to be up here. Okay, take care.